And welcome back to another episode with the Real Teachers of Atlanta. The pressure to be perfect. Can teachers turn it off? Let's get into it. All right.
The pressure to be perfect.
The pressure to be perfect. Can we turn it off?
Hey, that's what they say. I don't know about that.
We're gonna dive into it, but before we dive into it, let's talk about health.
I feel like
health and wellness. What do you have for us today?
I feel like I need some theme music. Do 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 do
do do do.
So this isn't really a health fact, but this is more of just an interesting kind of spiritual story, right? Elementary school teacher goes viral for her students' unconventional seating chart. Okay. While parents scramble to prepare for their children's first day, teachers face their own maze of to-do lists, such as learning their student's name, creating a syllabus, and deciding where to seat a classroom full of students they've never met. Now, this particular student named Catherine Prouse, I don't know if I'm saying her name correct. Anyway, she rearranged her classroom to align with astrological signs.
Oh, wow.
So what she did, she placed all of her, well, I'll just read what she said. So my best friend was like, do it. So while I was sitting through a teacher training, I started looking at all of my kids' birthdays and making a chart. I ended up with a earth sign table, fire sign table, water sign table, and an air sign table. So she basically put all of her kids, her students, at particular tables based upon their birthdays.
I think that's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah, I actually did something like that back in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I put all of my air signs at a table, and it was a complete chaos. Because air signs, they talk the most.
I think that's pretty dope, especially if you're a science teacher. I think that's actually creative.
Yeah, you got to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, I've done that before. It did work a little bit, but then I'm like, okay, yeah, this isn't working. I didn't have enough earth signs. I had more air signs and water signs.
Okay.
So yeah, it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to.
Okay. And air signs, we're talking about what? Aries,
Gemini, Aquarius, and Libras.
Enough said.
The chatty bunch. And then you have the fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Leos. Yes. Aries and Sagittarius, yes. And of
Leo's, Aries, and Sagittarius. Well, I know my water signs, but babe.
Cancer.
The best ones in the classroom. And my birthday is coming up soon. So I am collecting and accepting all birthday monetary gifts if you cannot get to me. And I do have a post office box. I will put it in the store. I actually need to go check my post office box. But if you want to send me something, you want to send me a little outfit, I'm a medium. If you want to send me a little cash app, I think my cash app is Ty Prentice. But yeah, June 30th, big Cancer. Woo-woo.
Yeah.
The queen of the zodiac. Tap in.
Okay, I don't know about all that. But what I did do, I put my earth signs and my water signs together. So they worked out pretty well. So yeah, teachers, have you thought about putting your students together based upon their astrological sign? And tap in at the bottom and tell me, what is the best zodiac sign in the zodiac? It's going to be Capricorn.
Cancer.
Capricorn.
Oh, whatever. Let's come on to the group chat. All right. So in the group chat, we have the teen takeover. As we know, across the country, across the country, pretty much, very prevalent in Chicago, Atlanta. It may have been in your city where kids are gathering up in these mob-like,
yeah, they're mobs.
I guess you want to call them mob, but you know, we have a large gathering of young folks, and they're acting wild. Take a look.
Chicago lawmakers are creating a new law to hold parents responsible if their kids participate in illegal teen takeovers and commit crimes. Superintendent Larry Snelling and some city council members support this idea, but Mayor Brandon Johnson hasn't fully backed it yet. If the law passes, parents could face fines up to $5,000, be required to take parenting classes, or even go to jail for up to a year if it's shown they knew about or encouraged their child's actions. Some community organizers have pointed out that many parents are aware of these takeovers and sometimes help by giving rides or dropping their teens off.
This is absolutely crazy. And now we are going to take a look at the governor of DC. She is telling you guys that you should know where your kids are, and I am in agreement with her that you should know where your kids are.
We don't want to arrest any kids. What we want their parents to supervise them and keep them at home. The chief has to deploy so many of his resources to babysit, supervise, or arrest children. If you have 1,000 kids gathering across the city, they are more likely to engage with law enforcement or the National Guard than if they were in constructive environments supervised by their parents and families.
So at the end of the day, no one wants to arrest the kids, but let's be honest, this is ghetto activity. This is really very ghetto. I don't care how y'all slice it. Why are you allowing your kids? Some of you are dropping y'all kids off with these big gatherings. They're going around. They are going to the malls. They're jumping on people's cars. Now, it's all cute right now until they end up on somebody's t-shirt. Then it's going to be a problem.
Say that again.
Yeah, it's all cute to be on something because, you know, my grandma taught me if it's in the road, I mean, I'm going to keep going. So y'all need to get y'all kids, know where y'all kids are. Why are y'all allowing your kids to be out here acting ghetto? Let's just keep, what type of fun activity is this where your kids meeting up, going around in groups, acting a plum fool? Because that's what they're doing, acting a plum.
Well, the parents aren't being held accountable, and that's what
they're being held.
What now they are.
Yeah, now they're being held accountable. Yeah, so Georgia is gonna hold you folks accountable.
That's
y'all
right.
children getting out here acting like, I ain't gonna say that word. A bunch of money. No, that's too derogatory. Acting wild.
Why? Yeah.
Acting like a circus. They're gonna be locked up. And you're gonna you're gonna be held accountable for it.
Yeah. Remember in the olden days, if you did something at school, you got a beating all the way home before reprimanded, rather.
Your mama came up to the school.
Oh, no, I'm talking about you were reprimanded before, all throughout the neighborhood. And then when you got home, you got the beating.
It was a community thing.
It was a community.
Now, you can't say nothing to the kids.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
Because the kids cussing you out.
Oh, you going to get that cuss out.
You going to get the cuss out. And if you ain't careful, they going to put that switch out on you.
Isn't that crazy? It's like it's anarchy. The kids are running the school. They're running the community. It's no order.
The kids running the show. It's like,
it's no order.
Are we scared of our kids? I'm not scared of mine because my kid is not going to be involved in anything like that because at the end of the day, it's how you raise them.
Well, I do think that, but I also think that the government has their hands in the household a lot. So let's say
the government has nothing to do with your child gathering.
I know that. What I'm saying is that if a child does something and you physically reprimand them, right? They're gonna call the police.
Yeah. Okay.
They're gonna call the police, and now the parent is locked up. But that's how it was before. But now I'm glad that they are holding the parents accountable because they are your responsibility.
And shout out to the Jam podcast, which is a younger podcast. I do follow the brothers. I do like you, although I did not agree with some of the commentary that you all had on this issue. But
what was some of the commentary?
So one of their arguments were that, and I made, they was like, they was kind of going with why the kids were doing the mob or doing the meetup. They feel like, the grown folks acting a fool. So they try to relate this back to what's going on in the current government. But at the end of the day...
Oh, like with the January 6th situation?
What January 6th situation? With who's in office?
No. When they had the, the what? January 6th insurrection? Yeah, with the European people going up to the Capitol.
Possibly.
Yeah. They literally stormed the Capitol.
So go check it out and see what their commentary was.
That's really interesting.
I'll send it to you, but I know that they really made some correlations with like today's issues in the government.
But we know that they're not responding in response. Their response is not because they are upset with the climate, the political climate.
Well, here's the thing. So they did make a commentary based on economics, poverty. Kids ain't got nothing to do. Parents losing their job.
So that's what their response.
Yeah, that's a kind of response on this activity is going on. I don't agree with all of it. That's their argument. I don't agree with it. At the end of the day, I feel like it's a better way that our kids can exercise their energy. This ain't it.
No, I don't. Yeah, that doesn't. But that's their response to. So we're saying that the kids that are jumping on the people's cars, because they had on Jordans in the video. So I'm trying to figure out where is the economic disparities, where are the economic gaps.
I see where you're going.
They looked very well kept.
Out there acting a fool. But I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But shout out to the Jam. All right, so let's go ahead and get into again, let me pull this topic up because I don't want to miss any words. The pressure to be perfect. Why teachers can't turn it up? Turn it
the pressure
off.
To be perfect.
Do you feel like being a teacher is something you do or something you're expected to be all the time?
It's something that I do. From 8 to 4. Okay,
that was the next question. Like, yeah,
from 8 to 4.
8 to 4. Okay.
Now, if you're asking, do teachers have to maintain decorum?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Okay, so I'll just answer that question, so I won't go any further.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my answer.
I'm both. Teacher is something that I do, but at the end of the day, it's more layers of me than teaching. Teaching is my profession. It's not my totality. And I think a lot of people get that mixed up. That, oh, you're a teacher. We're stereotyped that we don't have any outside outlets or, I think people think teachers are just come to school with really literally an apple.
An apple.
Oh, apple. Yeah, for sure.
And coffee.
And we don't put on swimming suits. And we don't be outside. And we don't listen to spin that. Or, I just don't think that... I think they really think we're boring.
I mean, if you think about the teachers that, we had, the older teachers. I mean, they had the moo-moo on with the little tree and the little scarecrow and
the glasses.
Now we have a generation of people that want to be teachers and they look a lot younger. They're wearing the tight pants. And
you got a lot of young teachers. They look like they're going to the brunch.
We talked about the brunch outfit.
So yeah, we have talked about that. So you mentioned that you are an educator from 8 to 4.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever felt guilty for not responding? I already know the answers, but the audience don't. Have you ever feel guilty for not responding to a parent after hours?
No, because it's after hours.
But you know that's the expectation. They really be thinking you at home at 5 o'clock reading their email.
Well, see, that's why you have to kind of set the standard. And teachers need boundaries.
Absolutely.
So if I work from 8 to 4 and then someone sends me a email at 5, I'm not going to see it until the next morning. I'm not taking the laptop home. The laptop is staying at the school.
And then I'm not responding.
In the drawer.
Nah, golly. In the drawer.
At least I make sure it's locked up.
You can't even charge it.
I can charge it when I get back to the school.
But so we getting the email the next morning. Don't think we responding to you in the morning. It's a break. When do I have plan and when do I have time? That's when I can. I think they just think we just have so much free time. And that is part of our duty to respond. Absolutely, but I'm going to need 24 hours at least.
But you know what's so interesting? I think when I was a classroom teacher, I was really quick with responding to my parents. So if they sent me an email, for example, during the day, I was able to respond within, I wasn't having like a pile of parent emails that I had to respond to because I like to kind of get it out of the way. But if it's something after hours, definitely I'm not responding to it.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Is teaching becoming emotional? Let me read this again. Is teaching becoming emotionally unsustainable?
What do you mean?
Do you think that we are able to, like, is this, I know we talked about it in a previous episode, but emotionally, is it okay for us, like, is this a stable job, the stability for our emotions?
For our emotions? It can be. It definitely can be if you have
boundaries.
If you have boundaries, if you have the support of parents, if you're getting paid enough. It just depends on where you're teaching. Okay. Because the profession doesn't have to be chaotic.
It doesn't.
It does not have to be, and it's not complex.
But it doesn't. It will if you don't allow boundaries. Okay. What is one of the craziest things that you think people think of when it comes to teachers? Or let me reword this based on the question that I have. What's one expectation people have of teachers that drives you crazy? Is that better?
Let me think. I think one expectation is that
for me, I'll go ahead and answer. You got yours?
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is going to sound kind of bad.
Oh, Lord.
I think it's the expectation that we are supposed to break up fights, that we are supposed to be this human shield. That's not a part of the contract because there's a thin line between protecting students because they're in our care. But people like to kind of say, you give them an inch to take a mile. We're supposed to make sure, okay, the kids don't walk out of the building, keep them in the classroom, make sure you count your students before you take them out to recess. But there are boundaries. We're not supposed to break up fights. That's not that's not the expectation that we're supposed to save students. Okay. I think that's the expectation.
Oh, what drives me crazy, there's a plethora of things, but I'll just talk about this one. Give school supplies. Like, I have heard parents over the past years talk about the school supplies that they're required to purchase. And I get it. I do think some of the list is ridiculous, but That's what I thought in the beginning. But now that I'm having to pass out school supplies,
Right.
I don't think they as ridiculous as I once thought they were.
Right.
So, yeah, I shouldn't. The expectation for me to have a pencil every time your child come to class or paper every time your child come to class, that should not be the move. That drives me crazy. There's some more, but we're gonna tap out on that.
Okay.
And you already talked about when the workday ends, which is 8 to 4 or whatever your contracted hours are.
Correct.
But sometimes the expectations are, of course, with the exception of staff meetings, we know we have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think expectations have changed since you started teaching?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Only because we're teaching a generation of students that are a little bit different. So, for example, we are expected to be responsible for students that are 3 and 4 grade levels behind.
Mm-hmm.
And we're expected to be magicians and to bring them up to grade level as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think that the expectation has changed.
Not David.
Oh, yeah.
We David. All right, Copperfield. Okay.
Houdini. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah.
I definitely believe that it has changed. Like I said before, I think the workload has become more it's just increasing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the expectations for the teacher as being a magician, housekeeper, therapist, sometimes a mother.
Absolutely.
We have, for me, we have been those things since I've been teaching. But again, when I go back to school, I don't think the teachers had those type of expectations. At least I don't remember them having those type of expectations.
No.
Because I don't think we shared a lot with our teachers like that.
No.
Or came to them and needed deodorant or
never
needed to tell all our business at home. Like, it definitely has changed.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about setting boundaries. And boundaries are good. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about what boundary you have. We could talk about some boundaries that we've both set. Mm-hmm. A, keeping the computer at home. Mm-hmm. I mean, not at home, but at work.
At work, in the drawer.
Now, mine is on the desk, but yours is in the drawer.
It's definitely, I don't.
What other boundaries have you set?
Saying no.
Saying no. That's
people.
Why is
people
it
that
so
know me,
hard for people to say no? And it's okay to say no. And I think we've talked about this before. That is half of the battle.
Just say no.
You are causing your own self-stress when you do not allow yourself to know how to say no in your personal and professional life. That has been the best thing that I have did for myself, is learning to say no. And it's okay. I'm good with it now.
Well, people are afraid of the social backlash, the response, if you don't say yes to something. And then if you say no, you follow it. Well, I have to do this and then, because you're trying to make sure that the person that you're saying no to is not offended. Mm-hmm. But I think teachers need to say no more often. No, I don't want to coach the cheerleaders. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not interested in doing X, Y, and Z. If it's not a part of the contract, then it's okay for you to say no.
Well, a lot of teachers feel like, oh, if I say no, I'm not going to get the advance. I'm not going to get the promotion. You're not going to get it anyway.
Gotcha. You're not gonna
and that's who?
Baby, you're not going to get it anyway.
You're not going to get that anyway. Let me just go and keep it 100 with you. Let's see. Should teachers have to censor themselves online? Oh my God, we talked about this before. There was once upon a time, I think that we did. And there are some teachers are still, I don't put that on social media. Why y'all on social media? Why are y'all? You are human. You can put things on social media. If you ain't out there doing show all. Yeah. You ain't giving out.
You're not.
Certain things that you shouldn't be doing. You should have a social media. Why not?
It's the stigma that if you're a teacher, you're supposed to present yourself in a particular way.
Can't even have a swimsuit on.
You can't have this one. Now, you're at the beach.
You're at the beach. And teaching is your profession.
It is your profession.
When you're there. So you mean tell me on my social media, on my personal time, that you looking at me crazy because I got a swimming suit on and I got me a little pose with it?
Well, it's the same thing where I forgot what the pastor's name was, but his wife wore a dress.
Pastor Bryant.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And she wore a dress. Now, it was not a church event.
Well, I'm going to let you go ahead with it.
It was not a church event. However, people were saying that the dress was not appropriate for the non-church event.
Well, it was a preacher wife. It was a little too risky.
We got a question from the audience.
Let's Hey. Chime in.
Hi. I agree, but it was a little too much.
It was a little bit too much.
She's phenomenal, has a banging body, but you're sending a message.
Okay.
It was the allude.
The illusion of being naked, and you're supposed to be what? Shepherding who?
To what? Well kept.
Okay.
We can't hear you. Do you want to come in?
No, that's okay. I never go on camera unless I'm fully coiffed. No, go ahead.
So we had we had a member from our audience who agreed that the lady was doing way too much,
saying that the dress was an illusion dress. But it's the same idea that if you have a particular role, she's a pastor's wife. Mm-hmm. Now, if somebody else had worn this dress, if she wasn't a pastor's wife or she worked at Macy's, for example, nobody would care.
Nobody's checking for her.
No.
At Macy's.
But because of the type of role that she has being married to this man who is a man of the cloth, then you're expected to not wear a particular dress that is mesh and see-through that has the illusion of you being nude.
Yeah, for me, it was given too much.
Yeah, it was just,
so the dress was nice, but
it was,
unfortunately, I understand. I've heard all the arguments over social media, but at the end of the day, I'm not trying to stereotype, because I know preachers and preacher wives, they do what they will. Still human.
Right. And she wasn't at church. And I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I know you are.
But it's the same thing. You are a teacher. Although you're not clocked in, you still have an image because you're leading and fostering the minds of the youth. You're supposed to set an example. So why do you have your thong bikini on at the beach?
And I think a lot of teachers are really now starting to change the narrative because like I said before, some of them come to school looking like they're going ready for brunch. And we know how brunch get down here in Atlanta. It ain't your regular go eat your chicken and waffle. It's hookah. It's Future in the background.
It's the brunch. It's
$20 parking.
20? Where are you parking for $20?
I'm just saying As a matter of fact, if I gotta pay for parking, I'm just gotta go and stay at the house.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. We already talked about we're not feeling guilty with saying no. New teachers, if we can leave you with anything, we want to leave you with say no. It's okay. Don't burn yourself out early in the game. Oh my God, if you do not set boundaries and learn how to say no, teaching is you're going to hate it because they will run you ragged in education. If you lead on to you know how to do this, you know how to do that. Oh, baby, you finna be a showrunner.
If you say you can do one, this is what I want to leave you all with. If you can say, or if you have the ability to do one thing, number one, most likely, depending on what the budget is, they're not going to pay you for a said thing that you are able to do. And then that one thing is going to lead to something else and something else. And before you know it, you have 4 more extra jobs that they are not paying you for.
I can't get no check for it. They are already not paying you for doing the job.
For the job that you've been hired for properly. But I can't think of any other profession where teachers are asked, can you do this one more thing? Can you do this one more thing? And it turns into charity work. Teachers are professionals.
Mm-hmm. They're going to get you for their charity work.
You have to pay us.
I cannot, for the life of me, like people that coach and tell me that they're not getting paid.
Who's not getting paid for coaching?
It's plenty of people that are coaching after school.
You're supposed to get paid for coaching.
Yeah, you're supposed to get a little stipend.
Yeah.
But in some schools, I guess it's not in the budget.
They do it off of passion. And we talked about that. Where's the line between being passionate about your profession and, doing something, whatever your teaching career is, and getting paid for it properly.
Passionate and paid.
Well, I can't call.
I think that goes on the t-shirt.
You can't pay T-Mobile with passion. You can't.
Can't keep them lights on with passion.
No, you can't.
I'm passionate, but pay me.
You have to pay us.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
All right. So let's close this thing on out. For our audience, I have a question for you, or I have a question that I want to leave with you, if I can get to it. Girl, sometimes I don't even know my own code to my own phone. All right. I got it. Are teachers held to a higher standard than other professions? And I'll read that again. Are teachers held to a higher standard than other professions? And I'll leave you with that. Recommend one boundary before we head out again.
Say no.
Okay. That's it. Yeah. Say no. Leave the computer at the job. That's mine. You don't have to take it home. If you don't have the lesson plan done on your planning period, then you don't need to do it at home. Home is for you. Home is for your personal time with you, yourself, and your family. Do the lesson plan at work. That's it.
Oh, and one more thing. Take the PTO.
Take the PTO.
It's not a badge of honor for you to have hundreds of hours in PTO. Take a day.
You're not getting an award because
please take it.
You are coming to work. And
now, don't abuse it. Because some people will take it. We're not saying abuse it, but it's okay to have a self-care day.
It's called mental health.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah, mental health day.
Kids have it.
And we know they taking off. And I'm going to leave it at that because I was going to go somewhere else with it, but I'm going to leave it alone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Real Teachers of Atlanta. You can find us on TikTok, Facebook,
Threads, and Instagram.
Make sure you're watching YouTube. Make sure you're watching all these episodes on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at Ty P. Smith.
And I am Joy A. Carter on Instagram.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
And
yeah,
go ahead. What you saying?
I was gonna say bye.
Bye.